All right, everybody. I see I don't have any company here, but that's okay. No problem. We can make this work, and I am recording this, so everything should be good and ready to go. I'm excited to rip some junk wax. It's been a while. Um, this is a wax box, 36 packs of 1988 Donruss. You can see that the box is not sealed, but it does have the 36 packs in it that everybody paid for. Couple things to touch base on really quick with this break. Obviously, this break really is about just trying to get people some break credit, just to have some fun. See what old cards we might pull out of here and random players that we've never heard of. But also just personally for me, just the idea that this was one of my favorite sets as a kid, probably just because that was the age when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old when card collecting was really at its peak for me. And as far as as fun as it was, and what I did with my cards when I was a kid and everything. So I thought for the anniversary weekend it would be fun to kind of share that with everybody and to kind of give back a little bit. And hopefully everybody, with $1.50 per pack, hopefully everybody makes that back and more. I tried to make it, to reason it out in my head logically and think about, well, what is a reasonable amount of break credit to offer here and what players. And so, this is the first time that I've done something like this, so hopefully, the return on it is good for everyone. But I am not going to be in the chat, so if anybody happens to join this, I'm not going to have the chat up because I have to have my computer screen on the list of players that warrant break credit. Because today is March 15th, I thought that, I ended up looking up the baseball players who were born on March 15th, and so that was Mickey Hatcher, Mike Pagliarulo, and Harold Baines. Hatcher and Pagliarulo will be worth 50 cents of break credit if you happen to hit one of those in your pack. And Harold Baines will be worth $1. I thought that was cool that a Hall of Famer had a birthday on March 15th, so that worked out. And then I just went through the checklist and I took a look at all of the rookies who were either great or good that we could hit. And so I have a list of those, and then two of them, really the two that really stand out, are Roberto Alomar and Tom Glavine. So any rookie that happens to be on the list that I posted on my channel is worth 50 cents in break credit. Roberto Alomar and Tom Glavine are worth $1 in break credit. Some rookies do not result in break credit, so I wanted to establish that. Any Hall of Famer that you hit, and we may have to verify this through my cell phone because sometimes it's hard. Any Hall of Famer is worth 25 cents. There are a few that made me think, and I had to scratch my head, so I would look up on Wikipedia really quick as we're going along. This is probably going to end up being a little bit of a slower break, and I may have to pause in the middle of it to take our chicken out of the oven. But I'll keep things running as we're going along, and I'll pause as needed. I will write down everyone's break credit on a sticky note, and I have also gone through and randomized all of the people's names and all of the spots in the break randoms thread in my channel. And there was an interesting quirk that happened. It's completely random, but Scott Gill has 3 spots, has 3 packs in this break, and he has all 3 of the final 3 packs. That's just the way it worked out. So I'm just going to go through like one by one from the top of the list down, and I'm going to basically pull from the stack here and then rip one pack at a time and see how it goes. Let's have some fun. There's going to be puzzle pieces in here. Maybe I'll just do something like this. I don't know. There's not going to be a lot that I'm planning on kind of like showing off in the background like I typically would. Um, but I'm just going to kind of pull and go down the list of the randomized names. So this first pack is for Nick Bodell. So here you go, Nick. Let's see if we can get you some break credit. Ripping some junk wax. 1988 Donruss, baby. Taking me back to my childhood here. Give me a good time. I already see a Hall of Famer, so there's 25 cents for you right there. Each pack comes with 15 cards and 3 puzzle pieces. So there's the 3 puzzle pieces. Stan the man. All right, Nick, let's go through your players here. Jesse Barfield, Willie McGee, B.J. Surhoff, Steve Lyons. I'm going to kind of fly through these. A lot of these no-name players. Dave Stapleton, Larry Sheets, Mike Jackson, Scott Lusader, Juan Castillo, Mike Marshall, Oral Hershiser, Dennis Rasmussen, Greg Gagne, Bill Long, and there's Cal Ripken. So that's 25 cents for Nick. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a slower break because I have to write stuff down. Each time I open a pack, I'll write down on your sticky note what you got. So that is Nick, pack number 1. Try not to take too much time between packs here. Next up is Dylan. Dylan, here we go. Good luck to you, Dylan. Rooting for you. Grab some break credit here. I'm hoping at bare minimum everybody gets back to the $1.50. Gets back their $1.50 at bare minimum. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Might have to rework this next year. Make sure that we're helping people out a little bit more. There's your puzzle piece for Stan the Man. All right, Zane Smith, Jay Bell, Craig Leferts, Mike Gallego, Tom Bernansky, Jose Oquendo. There's a Donruss Diamond Kings of Tim Raines. I believe he's in the hall. 25 cents there. Paul Kilgus, John Pulowski, Mike Kingery, Greg Booker, Steve Sachs, Ron Robinson, Mike Flanagan, and Bob Walk. So there's Dylan. Dylan gets 25 cents. Kind of do it like this. Just kind of set them to the side. All right, pack number 3 is for Jared Curry. Here you go, Jared. I feel like a little kid. It's crazy. I don't know if I've been this excited about a break. Just brings back lots of memories. Jared's puzzle pieces for Stan the Man. A little bit of his accolades there. And just reading some of these names that I grew up with is cool to me. All right, Denny Walling, Mark Clear, Chris Spire, Willie Randolph, Dave Raetti. That's the year that the year after he set the saves record. Rob Nelson, John Moses, Bob Boone, Yvonne Calderon, Diamond Kings. A checklist. Elvin Davis, Team MVP card. Mark Davidson, Floyd Bannister, Dave Schmidt, Bobby Bonilla.
Should have done break credit for every checklist card.
Let's do it. 25 cents for every checklist card. There we go. Good idea, Chad. 25 cents for Jared. Let's go. I like it, Chad. I like it. Now you owe me break credit. Next up, this is Nick Bodell, pack number 2. Good luck to you, Nick. It's so cool seeing these cards in mint condition, too. Just, they're crisp. There's your puzzle card. All right, Gene Larkin, Ray Searage, Tom Nadenfuhr, Sean Hilligus, rated rookie that does not have the break credit. I should have done it for all the rated rookies. We might reconsider that. Mitch Williams, Mark Langston, Diamond Kings, Robbie Wine, Mark Knudsen, Mike Eldreddy, Rick Cerrone, Don Mattingly, who should be probably in the hall, but isn't, Ed Whitson, Harold Reynolds, Johnny Ray, and another Yvonne Calderon. So there's Nick's second pack. All right, Evan.
Paul,
What's
Paul,
up?
I have I think it was Willie Stargell or something, of all the puzzle pieces for it, and but they're all just like still the puzzle pieces. They're not. It's the full puzzle though, and I'll give it away to someone in this break.
That's awesome, Chad. Thank you. Very cool. Yeah, the puzzle pieces are really cool. Remember as a kid, I wanted them so bad, and I never had a complete one. And then now that I'm older, I managed to fill up um, the Hank Aaron one from I think it was '87 Donruss maybe. All right, this pack is for Evan Doricott. All right, Evan. Al Leiter, rated rookie. Jerry Brown, Andy Van Slyke, Diamond Kings. Bob Nepper, Roger McDowell. If you like Seinfeld, you'll know Roger McDowell. Mike Aldretti, Willie Randolph, Dave Rietti, Rob Nelson, John Moses, Bob Boone, Benito Santiago, Diamond Kings. There's a checklist for a quarter for Evan. Don Sutton, there's a Hall of Famer for another 25 cents, and Randy Bush. So Evan has 50 cents here with his first pack. All right, Theron is up. Here we go. There's your puzzle piece. Steve Farr, Kelly Gruber, Dick Schofield, Diamond Kings of Tony Fernandez, Hubie Brooks, Bill Buckner, John Cerruti, Tracy Jones, Ron Guidry, Bruce Ruffin, Roberto Kelly, Jeff Blauser, Tom Candiotti, Phil Bradley, and Mike Campbell, rated rookie. No break credit hits yet for Theron there. Oliver is up. There's a puzzle piece for Oliver. Stan Jefferson, Fernando Valenzuela. There's a checklist for a quarter. Jeff Hamilton, Mike Stanley, Richard Dotson, Gary Templeton, Storm Davis, Frank Tanana, Mike Dunn, Barry Bonds. Second year. Unfortunately not in the hall, although it's my opinion that he deserves to be. But anyways, Greg Maddux is in the hall, so there's a quarter for you. Dwayne Murphy, Lee Guterman, and Julio Franco. So Oliver.
You can always do extra break credit for guys that I worked with at the Rangers.
Oh,
that would be two guys in that pack: Storm Davis and Greg Maddux. I both worked with.
Oh man, that's awesome! It's wild to me that you know all these people.
It's very fun going through like this junk wax stuff, because it's like, oh man, I would go and hang out with these guys and forget that they were Major League Baseball players at one
Right.
point.
That's crazy.
It's a good time.
All right, so that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Theron is up again. Get my list right. There we go. All right. I mean, I keep having more and more ideas about this as we're going along. Like, like I saw the card in the back. The card in the back is George Bell, and this is the year he won MVP. And I'm like, oh, we could have done break credit for that. Theron, there's a checklist, so there's a quarter. Jack Lazarco, Tim Laudner, Bob James, Mike Griffin, lots of nobodies. Al Padrique, Corey Snyder. It's a guy I thought was going to be awesome when I was a kid. Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans was one of those borderline guys. I don't think he got in. Scott Gereltz, Keith Miller, Greg Harris, Nelson Liriano rated rookie, Vince Coleman, Mike Fitzgerald, and George Bell. And that is the year George Bell won MVP. There's a quarter for Theron. I'm hoping that we have more. I am willing to rework some of this to make sure people are getting a little bit more on return on investment here. I might go through and just, after we're done, and just be like, you know what, every rated rookie that we hit is going to be a quarter. Unless it's one of the bigger names, then they'll be 50 cents. That kind of thing. All right, next up, we have Dan. Dan, who's having a nice day in the server here. Here we go. Good luck to you, Dan. There's Dan's puzzle piece. Ozzie Guillen, Rick Rushell, Al Padrique, Greg Swindell, Bob Stanley, Don Robinson, Darryl Strawberry, Pete Incaviglia, Mackie Sasser, Jim Lindemann, Jeff Parrott, Willie Upshaw, Jose Guzman, Kirby Puckett, there we go. He's a Hall of Famer. 25 cents. And James Steele. So Dan got a quarter. Oliver is up again. Oliver's puzzle piece. All right, Don August, Steve Ontiveros, Dave Meads. There's the George Bell team MVP card from that year. That league MVP, actually. Ken Phelps, Jose Lind, rated rookie. Chuck Krim, Tony Phillips, Jim DeShays, Roy Smalley, Rick Shue, Todd Benzinger, Carmelo Martinez, Marty Barrett, and Ted Power. Thought we would have more hits so far, but we haven't. Anthony. Anthony is next. I mean, it's a 500 or 600 and something card checklist. So it's not... Oh, a backwards card! A backwards card! Here we go! Auto! Sorry. Got a little excited there. Here we go. Okay. And we have hit a Bud Black. Unbelievable. Alright. Mike LaValliere, Jose Oquendo. There's a Hall of Famer, Alan Trammell. It's my boy right there. It's one of my childhood idols right there, Alan Trammell. So there's a quarter for Anthony, and I'm bumping my camera and making things wild here. Okay. I got a little excited about that backwards card. Jack Howell, Rance Mullinix, Tom Browning. Tom Browning suffered a terrible injury a few years after this. Jay Buhner. That is 50 cents. Break credit right there. So 75 cents in this pack so far for Anthony. Bruce Ruffin, Jerry Royster, Jeff Blauser, Tom Candiotti, Phil Bradley, Larry Sheets, Jack Lazorko. So our best pack so far, I believe. It was 75 cents. All right, next, Michael. Michael James. There's a puzzle card. Gino Petrali. Fred Manrique. James Steels. Dennis Eckersley, there's a quarter. Chet Lemon. Doug Drabeck. Lester Lancaster. Paul Kilgus. Casey Candiali, I think. Lee Smith, there's another quarter, 50 cents so far. Terry Steinbach. Dave Hengel. Greg Minton. Cal Daniels, Diamond King, and Lance Parrish. So 50 cents there for Michael James.
And it was Casey Candell. I worked with him too.
Casey Candell, thank you very much.
Yep. And I worked with Gino Petrali.
I thought you might
So
have.
that's another double hit. Yeah.
It's awesome. Jerome. By the way, real quick, a lot of you guys joined after I started, and I kind of explained something at the beginning. Because this is a longer break, and right now Megan is not home, I have a chicken in the oven. So if I get interrupted in the middle of this break and I have to go take the chicken out of the oven, just hang tight. I'll be right back. It's about I want to say about a half hour left in it. So, all right, Jerome. Jerome's up. Bill, feel free to chime in every single time that there's a card of a guy that you've worked with. All right. Jerome, here we go. Alfredo Griffin, Walt Terrell, Darnell Coles, Dave Martinez, Roberto Alomar rookie. There we go. All right. That's $1. That's $1 for you. All right. Floyd Humans. There's Greg Maddox. So what do we got so far? $1.25 in this pack. Dwayne Murphy, Lee Guterman, Willie Frazier, Scott Fletcher, Diamond King, Lance Parrish, Frank White, Teddy Higuera, and Pete Smith. So there we go, Jerome. Got that Roberto Alomar. That's $1.25. Any sleeving, top loading, that kind of thing. The Roberto Alomar is going to be at least sleeved, but any of that stuff we'll do after the break. It's already a long one. Next up after Jerome is Theron. Theron's third pack. All right. Puzzle pieces. Mookie Wilson. Sam Horn. Luis Quinones. John Haben. Bo Jackson. Feels like he should, like, just that name is like a Hall of Fame name. Greg Matthews. Andre Dawson. There's a Hall of Famer. Gerald Young. Jeff Robinson. Kevin Bass. Kirk Gibson, Jimmy Jones, Steve Lake, Tim Stoddard, and Lenny Dykstra. So there's a quarter in that pack for Theron. All right, Michael James. Thad Bosley, Jim Gantner, Dale Murphy, Dale Murphy was along with Trammell and Nolan Ryan and Tony Gwynn. Those were the guys that I looked up to. And I want Dale in the Hall just for personal reasons. Love that guy. Dwight Evans, Hubie Brooks, Carney Lansford, Andy Van Slyke. In 1988, this would have been a heck of a pack right here. Charlie Liebrandt, Mark McGuire. This would have been a great pack. Joe Hesketh, Barry Larkin, there's a Hall of Famer. Is that a rookie? Let me see. No, it is not. But it's a Hall of Famer. I lost count. That's 25 cents. Okay. Danny Darwin, Larry Parrish, Ken Gerhart, and Jack McDowell, rated rookie. He was a horse for a while for the White Sox. So 25 cents there. Next up is Kevin. Here we go, Kevin. Good luck. I see you're in here watching. Hopefully we get you something nice. There's a Paul Molitor, so you know you already got something at least. Paul Molitor was another one of those guys. He would have been in my top 10 when I was a kid. You can stand the man's eyes. All right. Frank Viola, Larry Anderson, Steve Lombardozzi, Steve Bedrosian, Spike Owen, Tony Gwynn, there we go, there's 25 cents. Wes Gardner, Frank Williams, Alex Trevino, Jerry Brown, Andy Van Slyke, Diamond Kings, Mike Fitzgerald, Dave Stieb. A lot of people think he should be in the Hall. Bill Dawley, and then the Paul Molitor. So that's a 50-cent pack there. 50 cent.
That was a
return.
Spike Owen, former colleague.
How many
He
of these people
texted
do
me
you
not
know?
too long ago and wanted me to help him with his computer, and I was like, Spike, I haven't worked there in 2 years. Have a great weekend.
He really did? Recently?
Yeah. He was like, oh man, Bill. He's like, I completely forgot. See you later. I was like, yep, you're good.
Do me a favor and ask him how it feels to be in RBI baseball.
I can do that.
Say you have a friend who used to use Spike Owen on RBI baseball along with all the other Red Sox.
Oh, he would go. I could, if there was some way to ship me all of the guys that still work at the Rangers, I could go walk over there and get those guys to autograph all these.
I mean, I'm open to it.
I'd have to see who's still around after I left, but they're all very good guys that would gladly do that.
I feel like that would be kind of a fun little way to make this break fun for some people too, just to get some autographs potentially. We can talk about it.
All right, sounds good.
All right, next up, let me make sure I'm not losing my spot here. Next up I have Jared. Jared is up. Jared's with us here. Bill, we haven't got to you yet.
It's all right. The Mark Grace will wait.
All right, here we go. This is for Jared. Bruce Hurst. He was a good pitcher for the Red Sox back in the day. There's a Hall of Famer, Ryan Sandberg. 25 cents. Jay Howell. Tom Prince. Jamie Quirk. Look at that face. What a face. Andre Dawson. That makes 50 cents. Neil Heaton. Tim Raines makes 75 cents. Danny Darwin. Steve Bushell. Mike Boddicker. Todd Worrell. Gary Ward. Wally Backman. And Mark Gubicza.
Add Steve Bushell to the list.
Awesome.
Boo.
Alright, that was for Jared. Make sure I get that written down and put in his stack. Apologies for my dog barking at the neighbor. You guys got to deal with it. I'm home. I'm home alone with the kids right now. All right, Anthony's up. All right, Anthony. Hey, Nolan Ryan. There we go.
My buddy.
25. That just makes me sick, Bill. That makes me sick. You know how much it bothers me that I'm friends with somebody who knows these guys that I looked up to as a kid.
Nolan is such a good person too. He's a good dude.
I have heard that, and I got that impression from his Netflix show.
Yes, and hands that are like as big as my head. They could crush me.
I mean, you could kind of see there that ball is completely engulfed in that hand.
At some point I'll have to let you like talk about the pranks I got to help play on Nolan when he was with in the front office with the Rangers.
That's
good
awesome.
Stuff.
That's
good
awesome.
Stuff.
All right. Let's see. Okay, 25 cents. Jim Morrison, not the singer of the Doors. Alan Ashby, Will Clark, Mark Grant. There's a checklist for another 25 cents. There's Don Sutton, a Hall of Famer. That makes 75 cents. Randy Bush, Terry Steinbach, Scott Bradley, Mike Schmidt. That makes $1. Fred McGriff. That makes $1.25. Danny Cox, Steve Kiefer, and Greg Walker. There we go. That was a decent pack there for Anthony. Good stuff. Like it. All right, after Anthony, we have Roger. Roger has one pack. Good luck to you, Roger. All right, Larry Herndon, Pat Tabler, Shane Rawley. He had a Diamond Kings in this set. Cecil Fielder. I got to see Cecil the year he hit his 51 home runs back in 1990. I saw him hit home run number 40 that year. That was cool. That same game, Lou Whitaker hit a grand slam too. Ricky Horton, Robin Yount. There's a quarter. Jerry Hairston, Rob Deere, Greg Jeffries. People were wild about Greg Jeffries back in the day. Jeff Calhoun, Bill Madlock. Bill Madlock is the only 3-time batting champ, maybe 4-time batting champ, not in the Hall of Fame. Juan Castillo, John Shelby, Franklin Stubbs, and Rob Murphy. So we got a quarter there for Roger. Next up is this guy named Willis Edivane. Start calling you Edivanye or something. All right, Bill, here we go. Big hit, Ernest Riles. Of course, Bill left right when I'm opening his pack. Steve Ontiveros, Danny Tartable, Albert Hall, Julio Franco, Joe Price, Eric Plunk, Dan Gladden, Ken Daly, Kevin Elster, rated rookie, Rich Gedman, Mike Brumley, Carl Nichols, Bill Pacoda, and Steve Sachs. That was a dud for Bill. Sorry about the dud there, Bill. If you watch this back. All right, Kevin. Charlie Puleo, Carmen Castillo, Rob Thompson, Gene Nelson, Tom Nieto, Ken Daly, Sean Abner, rated rookie, Jeff Ballard, Don Carmen, Darrell Evans, another one of those top 10 guys for me when I was a kid. Loved Darrell Evans. Glenn Braggs, Jeff Treadway, rated rookie. Ooh, really bad corner on that one. Like, not that we care too much, but Paul Kilgus, Ken Williams, and Mike Kingery. So not a great pack there for Kevin, unfortunately. All right, after Kevin, we have Jerome. Here we go, Jerome. I can just imagine what opening a whole box of this would have been like when I was a kid. All right, Jerome. Rafael Santana, Nelson Liriano, rated rookie. Jeff Lindeman, Jeff Parrott, Willie Upshaw, Charlie Leibrandt, Shawan Dunston, Dave Concepcion, Gary Gaetti, Jose De Leon, Pete Stanacek, Lance Johnson, rated rookie, Glenn Hubbard, Casey Candell, and Herm Willingham. That was for Jerome. Find your stack here. Theron. There's a 50-cent card right on the back, right there. We'll count that in a minute. Let's go through the pack. All right, Theron. Cal Daniels, Mariano Duncan, Don Mattingly, Angel Salazar, Tom Henke. Tom Henke was nasty. Such a nerdy-looking guy, but he was, oh man, he was good. Gus Polidor, Ozzie Smith, there's a quarter. Rick Roden, John Candelaria, Dan Petrie, Andy Allenson, Ron Guidry, Juan Samuel, Wayne Tollison, and Ron Gant. So a 75-cent pack for Theron. Bill. Bill's second pack. All right, Floyd Bannister, Fred Lynn, Bobby Bonilla, Roger Clemens. Obviously should be in the Hall. Eric Nolte, Jim Rice is in the Hall, so there's a quarter. So Bill got a quarter. Kurt Stillwell, Ken Howell, Nelson Liriano, rated rookie, Tony Pena, David Wells, and that's a 50-cent card right there. So that's 75 cents in this pack. Rick Leach, Ottobie McDowell, Bobby Thigpen, and Marvell Wynn. So Bill gets 75 cents. Not going to lie, my full intention was that everyone would make their money back on this. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for, but it's not really working out that way. First time I've done one like this. Alright, after Bill, we have Nick. Here you go, Nick. You've been with me for a few minutes here. Pat Pasillo, Jeff Hamilton, Mike Dunn, Willie Wilson. He was really good. Mark Eichhorn, Will Clark, Diamond Kings. That's a cool card. Shane Raleigh. There's that one I talked about earlier, Diamond Kings. Tim Burke, Gary Lucas, Garth Iorg, Tracy Jones, Ron Guidry, Kent Colvey, Steve Trout, and Rick Mahler. Sorry, Nick. All right, Theron. Rick Aguilera, Jay Bell, Craig Lafertz, Mike Gallego, Tom Bernansky, sorry, checking my list, make sure I'm on the right person. Okay, Tom Bernansky, Bob Forsch, Vicente Palacios, rated rookie, Bob Brower, Harold Baines. There's there's a dollar card right there for Theron. Am I on Theron? Yeah, I'm on Theron. Yep. Okay. Dollar. Zane Smith, Jay Bell, Joe Price, Eric Plunk, Kirby Puckett makes it $1.25, and Mike Moore. All right, Evan. Evan's up next. Ken Scrom, Ken Phelps, Mike Young, Glenn Wilson, Jack Morris, Hall of Famer. Here's a quarter. Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer, makes it 50 cents. Dave Anderson, which happens to be my dad's name. Tim Cruz, Ellis Burks. That is one of our rookies that we're looking for, so this pack's up to $1 for Evan. Carmelo Martinez, Wade Boggs makes it $1.25. Pat Perry, another Dave Anderson, Jose Gonzalez, and Tom Newell. So $1.25 for Evan in that pack. Pretty cool. One of our better packs so far. Bill. This, I believe, is Bill's last pack. All right, Bill. Eric King, Terry Pohl, Willie Hernandez, former MVP, Randy Reedy, Glenn Hubbard, Casey Candell, Jamie Moyer, guy pitched in like 4 decades, Damon Berryhill, Jerry Reed, Kirk McCaskill, Mark McGuire, Diamond King, Milt Thompson, Mike Birkbeck, Steve Lyons, and Mike Felder. Bill, sad to say, you didn't have very good luck in these packs, buddy. Not very good luck. We have 8 packs left. Make sure I'm... Yep, okay. All right, Evan, the next 2 packs are yours, back to back. Joe Carter hit one of the greatest home runs in World Series history in the early 90s for the Blue Jays. Mike Morgan, Jose Lind, rated rookie. Dale, I could never say his name. Dale Svume, Kurt Young, Ty Gainey, George Frazier, Darren Dalton, led the league in RBIs one year. Ellis Burks, there's a 50-cent card again. Eric Nolte, Al Nipper, Dave Parker, borderline Hall of Famer. Bob Welch, baseball's last 27-game winner in 1990. Oh, I know all this stuff. It's crazy. 50 cents so far. Kevin Seitzer and Luis Quinones. So a 50-cent pack for Evan. A nice little Ellis Burks rookie card there. Next pack is for Evan as well. Scott, glad to see you could join us. The way the random worked out, somehow, some way, is that all the last 3 packs in this box are going to be yours. So you're going to see them all in just a couple minutes. This is again, this is for Evan. All right, Ron Darling, Jeff Robinson, Jerry Don Gleaton, Zane Smith, Will Clark, Ozzie Smith, there's 25 cents, Todd Worrell, Charles Hudson, Wally Backman, Alan Trammell, there's another 25 cents, so 50 cents so far, Chris Bando, Steve Jeltz, Jesse Barfield, Willie McGee, and Robin Yount, so 75 cents there for Evan. All right, Nick, here's your last pack. Thad Bosley, Jim Gantner, Dale Murphy, Jerry Mumphrey, Chili Davis, Carney Lansford, Tom Prince, Lonnie Smith, Bob Dernier, Mitch Webster, John Franco, Tim Tuffle, Larry Parrish, Ken Gerhart, and Herm Willingham. Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nicky. Nick was kind enough to buy in for 4 packs and got 25 cents back. Feel bad. Sorry, Nick. All right, where are we at? Oliver. Oliver's last pack. All right. Rafael Palmeiro. One of those steroid era guys. Chili Davis, Carney Lansford, Junior Ortiz, Bob Melvin, Manny Trio, Andy McGaffigan, Ron Oster, Bill Doran, Ken Dixon, Al Leiter rated rookie. I don't think I included him. Bob Sebra, Dave Magadan, Mike LaValliere, and Danny Tartable. Four packs to go. Jerome, this is Jerome's last pack, and then the last 3 will be for Scott. Greg Walker, Rafael Santana, Jeff Ballard, Don Carmen, Dave Bergman, Glenn Braggs, Mike Marshall, Oral Hershiser, Dennis Rasmussen, Greg Gagne, Bill Long, Tom Niedenfuhr, Lance Johnson rated rookie. There's the Stan the Man completed puzzle. We're going to go ahead and count that as a Hall of Famer. So 25 cents. And Billy Hatcher. So Jerome, let me find your stack. All right, Scott, last 3. Good luck. Looking for some of the bigger stuff in here. We hit a Roberto Alomar earlier. Let's go ahead and hit a Tom Glavine. Here's your puzzle card. Eddie Murray, there we go. That's a good start. 25 cents for Eddie Murray. Brett Saberhagen, Tom Pegnazzi, Bob Welch, Ken Caminiti. That's one of the rookies we're looking for, so that's 75-cent pack. Lou Whitaker, Terry Pull, Pat Sheridan, Eric Shaw, Joe McGrain, Bobby Meacham, Len Dykstra, Alan Trammell. That makes it a $1 pack so far. Chris Bando and Steve Jeltz. There we go. That was a decent little pack for Scott. Might as well just set them over here. All right, here we go. Gus Polidor. There's a 25 cents for the Stan Musial card. Billy Hatcher. Denny Walling. Paul Molitor makes it 50 cents. Chris Spire. Pat Clements. Kent Colvey. Tommy John. David Palmer. Brooke Jacoby. Mickey Brantley. There's a checklist. That makes it $1. Wally Joyner and Mark Davidson. I believe that was $1. Don't want to short anybody. It was actually 75. 75.
Plus a free Tommy John surgery, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, here we go. Last pack. Last pack. Scott's going to finish us off. Scott, I believe, got into this break for free because John paid for some spots and Scott won some trivia. So Scott's picking up some free break credit here. All right, here we go. Rick Aguilera, Mike LaValliere, Danny Tartable, Charlie Puleo, Tommy Hinzo, Candy Maldonado. Come on, let's not end on a sour note here. Mark McGuire. Okay, well, at least we got a good player here. Jeff Reardon. I don't think Reardon made the haul. Dale Murphy. We've hit 3 Dale Murphy cards. I would have gone wild when I was a kid. Kevin Elster, rated rookie. Charlie Huff. Ron Hassey. Ed Nunez. Greg Booker. And Mr. Irrelevant is Steve Sachs. There we go. Man, what a fun... That was just a fun break. And I'm going to really quick, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go through and add up the break credit just to see generally how much break credit spread out between all of you ended up being given away. So there's $1.75. And that'll be $3.75 right there. $4.25, $5.25, $5.50. 575, 6. Let's see, 675, 725, 775, $9, 950, 1150, 1175, 12. 1350, 1425. So all that resulted in $14.25 in break credit spread out amongst everybody. I guess that's not too bad. I'm going to write that down just so I have that number. Make sure I get everybody's break credit tallied up. I'm going to actually go through and I'm going to find all of the rated rookie cards. And I'm going to add... If you hit any rated rookie card, I'll add that an extra quarter for everybody per rated rookie. So let me make note of that. Rated rookies equal a quarter. So I'll go back and adjust, and then it'll end up being more than $14.25 in return there. So yeah, I mean, hey, first time trying this kind of breakout. Was Was excited to do it. Excited to do it as part of the kickoff for the anniversary weekend. I had a lot of fun looking through these old cards and reminiscing on some of these old players that I looked up to when I was a little boy. It's super cool seeing these cards in such good shape. Just the idea that, 35 years later, 36 years later, you can still pull a Roberto Alomar rookie out of a pack, just fresh out of a pack. Super cool. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I'll upload the video and then I'll be in touch about the tournament that we're going to start tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that, obviously. But again, thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm going to stop recording, and we'll catch you all later.